Hello and welcome to Thermomix Adventures. My name is Lisa Keegan and today we are continuing on our Simmering Basket week and we are poaching some beautiful pears. Now if you've not yet poached fruit, pears, apples, even nectarines and things like that in your Thermomix, you need to give it a go. It is amazing. Okay, so no buying fruit in a can or a jar when you've got a Thermomix. Just make it as you need it. All right, now the great thing I find as well is I tend to use my fruit that either the kids have damaged, I'll cook that up differently to this though, or the stuff that's never ripe. You know how you get that stuff, I don't know that that's even a word, but you know how you get that stuff and like pears and they look great on the shelf, you get them home, you leave them out for usually 2 to 3 days and they're great, but some just never ripen. So that's when I will poach them and then we'll have them with custard at night time. Now I'm going to show you this recipe today. It's one of my favorites. It's super easy and I don't have all the ingredients. So I hope this gives you permission to make recipes even when you don't have everything on hand. So let's get started. It's super easy. It is peel the pears, cut them on the bottom so that they fit in there. I've been known to take out the centers too, but I've even done them with the skin on, totally up to you, all right? Because these weren't ripening, I am definitely peeling them. Place the prepared pears in the simmering basket and set aside. Now this can work on a TM31 or a TM5. You guys don't have the flap, it will work the same, okay? Now, here we go. So first things first is some wine. In it goes 300 grams. Doesn't have to be anything fancy wine-wise. In there, in that goes. I've also been known to use up like old champagne and things like that that we didn't particularly enjoy in recipes like this. It's a great way to use them up because it kind of takes on the spices flavor, not necessarily the wine flavor. Okay, 100 grams of water. There it goes. Next, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. I don't have any lemons at the moment. I do have some vinegar. I was going to put in apple cider vinegar. I forgot to bring it down, so I'm just going to skip it. It will balance the flavor a little better because that does that whole sweet sour business. So, okay, 100 grams of sugar. I don't skimp on this. If we're going to have dessert, I'm going to put the sugar in, okay? Next up, be different if it was the biscuits for the kids. All right, 8 cardamom pods, slightly crushed. I'm not going to slightly crush them. Just my personal opinion is I don't think the flavor changes that much, but I also find that I'll end up being the one who gets to eat one because it was crushed too hard and then it's got little fragments and I end up being the one that ends up with the teeth. So I don't want it in my teeth. So I'm going to not crush them. Pinch of saffron. I don't have that at the moment. Well, if I do, I can't find it in my cupboard. So I'm going to leave that out and you can leave it out. It's perfect. I know you said it was a saffron recipe, but it really doesn't matter, okay? Very many years ago now, I had a head office workshop that I went to for Thermomix and we had a person come in who worked on a saffron farm. And it was really quite fascinating that when you put saffron with different flavors, what it does to those flavors, it is actually an enhancer of flavor. So if you put it with something sweet, it gets sweeter. If you put it with something sour, it gets more sour. If you put it with something chili, it gets more chili. So it's actually quite a fascinating product. Anyway, here we go. Half a cinnamon quill. I don't have that. I'm just putting in about, I don't know, half a teaspoon? About. Pinch of salt. Oh, I do have the salt up here. I have a salt grinder. That'll do me. Again, I would have skipped that out if I didn't have it with me. Insert the simmering basket. Next, insert the measuring cup because you want to keep that steam in. And now it's going to cook for 15 minutes on Varoma, reverse speed 1. So that's your method if you're following along and you don't have guided cooking. 15 minutes Varoma, speed 1, and reverse. Reverse is probably just to protect those cardamom pods, but otherwise it wouldn't matter if you forgot that. But I'll be back in 15 minutes and I'll show you the next step. So I'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back. It is been cooking, it is done. It smells absolutely amazing in here. Let's grab, now remember we use our spatula to open the lid, to pull it out, those sorts of things. So we need to be able to see what's going on in there. So I'm just gonna open that up and we actually need to see if they're done. So we're gonna give them a little poke and see. Now mine were not quite ripe pears. So mine actually need longer. I can feel that. When I push it through, it still feels crunchy. And we like quite soft ones. So we're going to close that up. We're going to hit the back arrow. And we're just going to do it again. And I reckon it won't take full 15 minutes. I might put 10 minutes on the clock this time. And I'll return in 10 minutes time. And we're going to go through the next step of turning it into a beautiful syrup, coating those pears, and I'll show you what that all looks like. So we'll see you soon. Okay, welcome back. Let's see if it has been long enough now. So let's spin this up, open it up again. That's looking better already. Yep, that is not crunchy, which is what we want. Remember, we use our little V on the back to lift it out. And I'm actually going to place mine onto a thermoserver lid that I must have left somewhere. Where did I put that? I'm sure I brought one over before. All right. Instead of putting it on a thermoserver lid, I'm going to gently roll them out into just a bowl, okay? I was going to put them on a thermoserver lid, and the thermoserver lids are perfect because what they allow you to do is not drip everywhere. It's just a little rib up, so it's enough to hold the juices. Anyway, we're going to go next. Tells us to check if the pears are done, remove the simmering basket, put the pears in a large bowl, rinse and dry the simmering basket, and now we're going to put the simmering basket on top. Now it's going to act as something that allows the steam and the humidity out, but stops it spluttering, okay? We're going to cook this down into a beautiful syrup now. It's got 10 minutes, it's got aroma. Off we go on speed 1 reverse, and then when we come back, we're going to strain it over our pears, and they're going to be done. So I'm so excited to show you this in your Thermomix. Make sure you're commenting below if you have actually done poached pears or apples or some other fruit in your Thermomix. I would love to know if that's something that you have done. But otherwise, I'll see you soon in 10 minutes time, and I'll show you this final syrup. Okay, so it's been cooking down for the 10 minutes and we're actually done. Like, that's the simplicity of it. It should be 15-minute cook time if your pears are ripe or small, and then obviously I did the extra 10, so that's 25 minutes cooking those pears and then 10 minutes cooking down the sauce. So how cool is that? And the simmering basket we're going to put to use one more time. Can you see that syrupy sauce stuff? How good does that look? We're going to put this to use one more time. We're actually going to strain it. Now, when it says strain it, it means to do it this way, where you put it in here. Now, making sure the side's not hot. If the side's hot, now I'm not very coordinated doing this on camera, but you're supposed to hold it down with this, okay? Now, I can't do that. I don't know how you do that. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to use 2 hands, and I think you guys can see my pears. Hold it down with a finger there on my lid. Okay, so that then gives me that ability to make sure I'm not putting my finger on the side of the stainless steel. Oh, look how syrupy that is. Can you guys see that texture? Look at that drizzle. Does that not look absolutely amazing? So there you go, guys. Poaching pears, simmering basket to the rescue. So easy and so tasty. I cannot wait to try one of these. Hubby and I are having a whole one, kids are having a half. But otherwise, guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you've been inspired to use your simmering basket for more things from this series so far, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy the rest of this series. Please reach out if I can support you in anything with your Thermomix. If you've got questions about your simmering basket, I'd love to answer them, so please don't ever be a stranger. I am here to help you get the very most out of it. But otherwise, take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video soon.